We will be discussing about the rational number. So any number that can be written as p by q, where p and q must be an integer but q is not equal to 0. So for a number to be a rational number, there are three conditions. The first condition is the number should be in the form of p by q. The second condition is p and q must be an integer. Okay. And the third condition is q must not be equal to 0. So if a number satisfied these three conditions, that number must be a rational number. Okay, so this is the definition. Now we take some example and try to figure out whether that number is a rational number or not. Okay, let's take an example. For example, 2 by 5. Okay, so is 2 by 5 a rational number? So if 2 by 5 is satisfying all these three conditions, then 2 by 5 will be a rational number. So let's check. So first of all, 2 by 5 is in the form of p by q. You can see that 2 by 5 is just in the form of p by q. The second condition is p and q must be an integer. So p is 2 and q is 5. Both 2 and 5 is an integer. And the third condition is q must not be equal to 0, and we have q here as 5, which is not equal to 0. So 2 by 5 is satisfying all three conditions here. The first condition p by q, the second condition that p and q must be an integer, and the third condition that q should not be equal to 0. So 2 by 5, we can say that 2 by 5 is a rational number. Okay. Now let's take some other examples also. Minus 1 upon 5. Okay, if we say that minus 1 upon 5 is a rational number or not, so if minus 1 by 5 is satisfying all these three conditions, then we can say that minus 1 by 5 is also a rational number. So the first condition is the number should be in the form of p by q. Here we can see that minus 1 by 5 is in the form of p by q, and in the place of p we have minus 1, and in the place of q we have 5 here. Okay, this is in the place of p and this is in the place of q, and both minus 1 and 5 are integer, no doubt, and we have q is equal to 5, which is not equal to 0 also. So obviously minus 7 by 5 will also be a rational number. Okay, let's check another example. 2 by minus 3. Is 2 by minus 3 a rational number? So if 2 by minus 3 satisfying all these three conditions, then it will also a rational number. So the first condition p by q, yes, it is satisfying the first condition. The second condition, p and q must be an integer. So p is equal to 2 here and q is equal to minus 3. Both 2 and minus 3 there is an integer, and q is equal to minus 3 here. If you compare q, we have q is equal to minus 3, which is not equal to 0. So it can less than 0 or it can be more than 0, but it should not be equal to 0. So we have q is equal to minus 3 here. So this 2 by minus 3 satisfying all the three conditions. So we can say that 2 by minus 3 is also a rational number. Okay, cool. Let's take some more example. Okay, what about 11? Is 11 a rational number? So if 11 is satisfying all these three conditions, then 11 will also be a rational number. Again, let's check whether 11 is in the form of p by q or not. As we all know that every number has 1 beneath it. Okay, every number is in the form of a by 1. If you write any number like 5, there is 1 which is hidden. Okay, so we can say that 11 is kind of 11 by 1. Okay, so it is obviously in the form of p by q, no doubt. Let's check the second condition. P and q must be an integer. Okay, so here we have p is equal to 11 and q is equal to 1. Both 11 and 1 is an integer, no doubt. And the third condition, we have q is not equal to 0. So here we have q is equal to 1 and 1 is not equal to 0. So we can say that 11 is also a rational number. We can also say that all the whole numbers are an example of rational number, because every whole number has 1 as its denominator. We can write every whole number in the form of p upon q. Okay, so every whole number can be written as p by q, and that will be considered as a rational number. Okay, what about 0? Is 0 a rational number? Obviously 0 is a whole number, so 0 must be a rational number. Or we can say that 0 can be written as 0 by 1. So here we have 0 can be written as in the form of p by q, and we have p is equal to 0, q is equal to 1, both are integers, and we have q is equal to 1, which is not 0. So p 0 by 1, that means 0 is also a rational number. Okay, cool. What about 1 by 0? Is 1 by 0 a rational number? So let's check. 1 by 0 is in the form of p by q. No. Here we have p as 1 and q as 0. P and q both are integer, because 1 and 0 both are integer. 1 is also an integer and 0 is also an integer. Let's check the third condition, which says that q must not be equal to 0. But here we have q equal to 0. So this means that 1 upon 0 is not a rational number. Okay, is not a rational number. Similarly, we can say that 2 by 0 is not a rational number. 5 by 0 is not a rational number. Okay, cool. Let's take one more type of example. What about 3.5? Is 3.5 a rational number? So if 3.5 satisfies all the three conditions, then 3.5 will also be a rational number. So let's check. We have three conditions. First is the number should be in the form of p by q. The second condition is p and q must be integers, and the third condition is q must not be equal to 0. Let's check one by one. Is 3.5 in the form of p by q? So what can we say, whether it is in the form of p by q or not? Right now it's not in the form of p by q, but we can write 3.5 in the form of p by q. How? Look, we can omit this decimal and put 10 as denominator, then 3.5 can be written as 35 by 10. Cool. Now it is in the form of p by q. So first condition satisfied. Now the second condition. Is p and q both are integers? Yes, we have p is equal to 35 and q is equal to 10, and both are integers. Now the third condition, which says q must not be equal to 0. So obviously here we have q is equal to 10, which is obviously not equal to 0. So 35 by 10, or say 3.5, is actually a rational number. Okay, rational number. What about 0.36? Is 0.36 a rational number? So let's check. The first condition, p by q. So right now this number is not in the form of p by q, but we can write it as p by q. How? We will omit this decimal and we will write 100 as denominator. This will be equal to 36 by 100. So now this number became p by q in the form of p by q, and we have both p and q as an integers, 36 and 100, and we have q is equal to 100, which is not equal to 0. So 36 by 100, or say 0.36, will also be an integer. Okay, cool. Let's take one more example. Is root 2 a rational number? So again we will have to check the three conditions, that is the number should be in the form of p by q, both p by q should be integers, and q must not be equal to 0. First of all, let's check the first condition, whether root 2 is in the form of p by q. So obviously we can write root 2 is equal to root 2 by 1, which is in the form of p by q, no doubt. But are both the p and q here integers? So we have p is equal to root 2 and q is equal to 1. So q is equal to 1 is an integer, but p is equal to root 2 and root 2 is not an integer. So the second condition is not applicable here. No? We have p is equal to root 2, which is not an integer. So root 2 is not a rational number. So root 2 is not a rational number. Similarly, we have root 3. Root 3 is also not a rational number. So what about root 4? Is root 4 a rational number? So let's check. By looking at both the above examples, one can conclude that root 4 is not a rational number. But here's the trick. You can write root 4 is equal to 2. The value of root 4 is 2. So now we can write root 4 as 2 by 1, which is in the form of p by q, and we have both 2 and 1 as integers, and q is also not equal to 0. So we can say that root 4 is a rational number. So we have to just figure out whether the number we have been given can be written in the form of p by q, where p and q both are integers and q should not be equal to 0. So I hope that you have got the idea of rational number and you will be able to identify whether a number is rational or not on your own.